Who is Sashi, for those who don't know?
I am just 3 parts: good father, a child of God, and a simple man. Because of this, things go right for me.
Excellent. So find this simple man and transform your life, that's all I could say. You could also follow his Instagram page.
Service Sensei.
Where he does that over and like Kung Fu Panda's wrong move.
My channel, Service Sensei, will change your life.
Charit, cut all of that.
I just say it.
Welcome to Danu on Fire right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today we are checking out Nikki's. If you have not been here, you're missing out on some amazing food. It's fabulous, love the interior, love everything about it, and food is definitely quality. So happy to be back here once again. And with me on the show, I have someone who has trained corporate leaders. Sometimes we think what we know is good enough to push us through the career path, but sometimes no, not exactly. So let's come to know who this man is. He has ventured out alone. You might have seen him, you might have been trained by him. He has been in some key companies training and grooming youngsters. Let's speak more. With me I have Sashi, aka Sashi.
AKA Service Sensei.
Yes, that's a terrible sign. It's like somebody just punched you.
No, I'm doing the Sensei, I'm Service Sensei.
Right. Welcome to the show, Sashi.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Brilliant. So how do I know Sashi? It's a funny story. I have to tell this to those who are watching. Sashi used to be my stalker. He used to be so overwhelmed by me. He couldn't take his ears off me.
100%. It's true. It's all true.
Yeah. So he used to listen to me on the radio show, and he used to have a false name called Logan. I hated that name because I had a terrible uncle called Logan.
Yeah.
Bless his soul, he's dead. But anyway, so
my Logan was because of Wolverine. I was into Wolverine those days, but not anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, so this Logan used to call us, and one day I asked him, "Can you please tell me your real name?" He never would say it. Then he challenged me, "Figure out my name, and I will get you a cake."
He found it, and I got him a cake.
Within a day, I figured it out. I am actually CID quality.
He is CID quality.
Brilliant. So from there, we have kept in touch. He knows too many people who I know. Then we got to know he's into training. Now, training is like, there was never a thing called training, but now eating, talking, going for an interview, all of these are main issues. Tell me, what made you get into training?
So 1,000 years ago when I was at Dialog, that was where I got my, Dialog is a great
starting point.
Yeah, great school if you want to learn about customer service. So I was there when it was less than 1 million customers.
Right.
So we were the initial training crowd, and we got to understand people.
How to get scolded.
How to get scolded.
Yeah.
I mean, 1,000 funny stories, but I'm going to tell you one because you told me one funny story. So one day we were in front, and this guy came and said, and we were really fast. We were young. We didn't know much about training at that time and handling customers. So one ahinsaka looking guy comes and says, "Mata postpaid. I want a postpaid connection." I said, because we have been trained, identity card go driving license, blah blah blah, and billing proof back on. Billing proof kya namakad sir? Gedara tahawur padinchi tahawur kardana. So he said okay, and he went. 2 days later, for my luck, he comes straight to me, sits in front of me and says, "Menna sir." I take it, And the most unprofessional part of my life, I start laughing and crying and laughing to see this guy has bought me a photo, him in a sarong pointing to his house. So you can understand the importance of training.
Oh, so sweet.
So from there I got into, from customer service I got into training and development. I headed 2 big hotel chains. Then I got into operations.
You can mention Cinnamon Grand.
Cinnamon, and Aitken Spence. And then I took over operations in 2 big companies. And so if you cut me here, customer service, if you cut me here, training and HR, and if you cut me here, is operations. Yeah, so that's why training is important. If you don't know what you are doing, if you don't
then we will not know where to cut you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't know what you're talking about, because from the age of 17, I've been handling customers, then I have been in training and development, and then I have been in operations. I am the full circle. That is why my trainings relate to people. That's why I do good programs that make a difference.
Now, when it comes to training, we'll always think it's about, how to handle an interview, how is it to face someone, how to solve a problem without, annoying your whole office mates off. These are little basic things that we need to know about. But tell me a common mistake that you see or a common problem that you see when it comes to the youngsters going today. And especially we're talking about an age group that is very much in the thing of, I need it, I own it,
sure,
and it should be given to me. Entitlement.
Yeah, well, it's mainly that, Sri Lankans were known for hospitality.
Yes.
No one had to teach us how to do training, or no one had to train us, because when someone came into our house, the first thing was we smiled, we gave that bulat, sat them down. It was all heart, right? Along the way, training became, customer service became a training. Someone had to tell you to smile. Someone had to tell you to look at a person when they're coming close to you, not look like that. Someone had to tell you how to sit, tell you how to stand. So this was the biggest issue. People had to retrain on basics. So what I now do is I train people on how to smile, how to acknowledge someone at first sight, not wait till that person comes and say, "May." Don't wait for that. Just, moment you see a human being, do what comes naturally. Smile. Every time we most of the time we smile, right, when we see each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So so do those basics. So what I'm doing is now making people brilliant in basics.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think that's the starting point, and eventually life sort of teaches you the rest.
Correct.
We'll speak more when we do come back, because in terms of fun things that happen when it comes to training, and what exactly does one full day's training entail, we'll speak about when we do come back. This is Danu. Dressing up really does make a difference. If you want to enjoy some summer-loving Sri Lankan fabulously designed clothing, big shout out to our friends at 1331 for joining us on the show. They have a brand new store for you to go experience. 10 years they've been giving you retail therapy at its best when it comes to their designs and their seasonal releases. Now you get a chance to experience it, wear it, fall in love with it and purchase it. Now check out 1331 for more details.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show, in conversation with Sashi about training. Now, Service Sensei.
That's the one.
There you go. That's what you launched recently.
Yeah.
And it is your company.
That's right. Actually, it's Service Sensei is just a segment, but the company is called Central HR Solutions. We do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
When you say we do everything, what do you mean?
From anything to do with HR. That means training is our forte, but we do amazing recruitment. Also, recruitment, manpowering, you name it. When it comes to HR, we do it.
Normally, I've never liked my human resource people.
Right. with good reason.
Yeah.
With good reason.
Are you in human resource?
I feel that's a double. Okay, so the thing
Just
is,
yes or no is the question.
when you ask about human resources, most of the time the human part is not there, right?
Are you from HR?
No, from L&D, learning and development.
But not from HR.
No, my background is learning and development.
Okay. But you have held an HR position?
Yes, but HR people are not all black and white.
Yes.
You know?
So tell me, I have always had the worst kind.
Right.
Genuinely.
Tell me why.
Oh, they're so musu.
Oh, by the way, I was told not to ask questions. It's his show.
Yeah, well-
Sorry, I take it back.
It's actually such a musu sort of people. They rarely smile. They never seem to understand anything. They are far from human.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Central HR Solution comes into play. Central HR Solution will make your HR people better. Paid advertisement.
So tell me,
Yeah.
where is it lacking? Is it the education system what they learn?
No.
No.
where
They are
it's-
just terrible. They are going through miserable lives.
It's not that. It's not that. See, every job has goods and bads, right? So HR, if you do it properly, you can help people. Because people come to HR looking for assistance,
Correct.
either from employee issues, harassment, bullying, salary issues. So at that time, if you don't have customer service, now see, customer service is such a used word, right?
Correct.
People think customer service is just about a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, someone talking to a person as a customer. No, customer service also comes from HR. Now, for example, HR, the customer is the staff member. So when the staff member comes, if HR doesn't have that customer service in them, what happens is they treat them as a lesser children of a lesser god, right? But when we train everyone in the company, not the front line, but we train the back office staff as well, which HR falls into. When we do our transformation, it's not a one-off happy, corporate training. When we do our transformation, you see HR people becoming more customer oriented. So that means the problems that you
Whoever
went through.
takes it to them.
Correct. So HR is also just like sales. It's just like everything else. You have to train them to be better. You have to train them to be better at service. You have to train them to be more empathetic. I think that's much lacking. When someone says, "Can I have a salary loan?" I train English also, by the way.
Sarali.
Yes, salary. Salary in Sandesh. Okay. So when they ask for a salary loan, you can think back and say, I also needed a loan at one point. So that is empathetic, putting
Right.
yourself in that person's shoes. That's what's lacking. And once that is fixed, they become better people, and then HR just blossoms.
I need to send all my old lot here.
Please.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
Sensei.
but now in terms of handling difficult people who you may have trained,
Right.
what has been the most rewarding transformation you have seen, and what has been something that has never transformed?
Every single session I have done, and my company comes with a money back guarantee. Money back guarantee, 100%.
So even if
there
I
is-
liked you, I can just lie and say it was terrible.
Of course, karma, right? I mean, so whenever I take a project on, there is a transformation. If there's no transformation, if the transformation that the leaders, the managers and staff need, if it doesn't happen, we don't charge you, right? But we have seen people saying, now our training programs are life changing. So people say, "Ada mage duwata asaneepa thiyuna, my daughter was sick today, came for it, it changed my life," right? So it's not just doing a very simple tuck method and finishing it off. It's changing lives. We do
Transformation.
We do life changing programs that makes the company understand, oh wow, now our vision. I always say, when someone starts a company, they have this vision, right? Someone who starts a company has the vision, but along the way, people don't understand the vision. What we do is we bridge that gap.
Right.
So people change. I have never seen what you're talking about.
Okay. I just want to know, hygiene is a huge factor.
It is.
Yeah. And also we live in a very warm country, so
100%.
a body odor is an issue.
Sure.
Recently I went to judge a Aurudu.
Ulela.
Yeah, and one of the girls was taking part, left 2 visible areas unshaved.
Right.
So how do you sort of address such issues?
We address it. See, key thing is, how do you address it? There is a taboo in Sri Lanka that bad breath or body odor is not addressed. You know, change your socks, change your underwear, change your all of this is not addressed. So I have seen some people coming to a gym, right? Without having a shower, they put deodorant and go. So the plot is lost, right?
Yeah.
What we train first is see it, smell it, say it. As supervisors, see it, smell it, say it. If you see sweat patches, if you smell bad breath, take them to a place, you know, sit them down in a professional way, address it, number one. Because most people with body odor, they don't know they have body odor.
Correct.
Right?
They have that dead fish smell walking around with them.
Yeah, and with anything in life, you get used to bad smells, right?
Yeah.
So that is what we do. First of all, we address it. Then we give them nice tips and tricks, you know, use a deodorant. I mean,
Have a wash.
Use a deodorant. You know, wear new clothes. Don't repeat. You know, it's not like A4s. You don't use both sides when it comes to underwear. Okay, that's very important. These basic things you need to know.
Correct.
So that is what we are good at. We address it in a way people take it and they run and they become better.
If you're going to also smell the underwear, I'll be very worried if you're my boss.
Yeah.
But just armpits and mouth, I'm okay with.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, you get it far away.
Yes.
A mile away, you get it. But our people are so backwards, they don't address it. Supervisors feel like, "Mata kiyanna bae neka." But say it, because you are developing a person. The whole point of being a supervisor is developing someone.
That is
and
true.
that can happen if you say it.
I have worked in radio as well, and I'm telling you, those toe jam fragrances, every day something new to look out for.
A different smell daily.
I know, it was just so amazing. I'm now so immune that I can tolerate
Anything. Yeah.
Let's get into a break. We'll see you right after. Thank you to our friends at British Cosmetics for joining us on Danu on Fire. Now, if you're looking out for something that is going to be absolutely amazing, they have a range that is remarkable. I'm telling you, totally Sri Lankan produced, and at the same time, we are giving a run to the world when it comes to quality products that are made for the Sri Lankan skin. Enjoy a range of their skincare, makeup, and the list just goes on. Check out British Cosmetics today for more details.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show. It's our final segment here at Nikki's with Sashi. We're talking about how you can develop yourself, be a bigger asset to your company, and also where you figure out what is wrong and what's right. There are companies who actually sacrifice time, date, and give these trainings, but there are some companies who believe that it's not needed. What would you tell them?
Train your staff and have them leave. Don't train them and have them stay. That's all I'm going to say. Simple, right?
Train your staff and have them leave.
Yeah, or don't train them and have them stay. Do you want untrained staff who don't know what they're doing, right? Where you save some money, or do you want to spend some money, invest some money, train them, and maybe they will leave, maybe they'll leave, but if you treat them well, they'll stay also. So you have trained, loved, good stuff. That's all I say.
What do you tell a difficult boss?
Difficult boss.
Have you worked for a difficult boss?
Oh yeah, one difficult boss. That boss was the reason. No, let's not get in there. Right? So entrepreneurship is really good, by the way. No, I'm just joking. Well, see, the thing is, we are working with people, right? We are working with. If you were a difficult interviewer, I would not enjoy this whole process.
Yeah.
I enjoy it because you and I click, because you're a empathetic interviewer.
Hold on. Silence at this moment.
Pin drop. Ping.
Thank you. Continue.
So yeah, so it's how you, I mean, if you're going to be a difficult boss, you're just asking to have difficult customers, difficult staff, difficult profits, difficult performance. If you are a boss who understands your people, because we are in the people business, if your boss understands people, your life becomes ridiculously easy. You know, so if you're going to be a difficult boss, you better have a lot of money. Then it's cool.
So to be difficult, you need to be rich.
Yep.
Otherwise, just be kind.
But that's a given, right? That's a
Yeah,
given.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask you. Sri Lanka is also not ready to address a few things. We don't like to talk about things because we feel like, culture, norms, all
Sure.
of that matters. And sometimes, see, one of the reasons why everyone is in school uniforms is the fact that we wanted to maintain that uniformity so nobody feels privileged and not.
Sure.
Is looking your best or putting the best version of you out there expensive?
No, it's not. It's not expensive. It's understanding. First and foremost, I think Instagram has ruined us to a certain extent. Where we look at a person and we think I can pull this off. I mean, I'm sure you heard this a million times, but it's what you look good in. You wear a basic good white shirt and a good belt, good pair of pants, good pair of socks, and a nice pair of shoes. You are good to go. You don't have to spend money on Mont Blancs and some expensive things. You buy something decent that you look good on. It fits you perfectly, and keep on changing as and when it fits you. If you are putting on a little bit of weight, change accordingly. Don't keep on wearing that same tight fitting shirt. So it doesn't cost a lot to look good in a business environment. It's just that extra effort that you need to put. Most people think. Now, see, when I go to a supermarket, I still think that my future boss or my future client will see me, right? Because of that, I always dress the part. I look the part. I don't take it for granted. You won't see me wearing not nice clothes to a supermarket even. I will always think and I will go out. So it's a constant effort, but you need to put effort to be successful. That's what we enrich.
I have failed in the supermarket.
No,
area.
you have not.
I have gone free willy winky.
We at Central HR we make unusual breakthroughs. It's not the usual thing we do. We make unusual breakthroughs.
He has been waiting to say this line for the longest time.
Unusual breakthroughs at Central HR. I was keeping it in my mind.
For the longest time.
Wink.
Unusual break.
Wink, wink.
Now, have to ask you before we wrap things up. Who is Sashi? For those who don't know.
I'm a great dad.
I agree.
I'm a great dad. I have service in me, and I'm a very humble, God-fearing child. That's it. I'm simple. I'm a very simple person. Because of my simplicity, because of the fact that I am just three parts: good father, a child of God, and a simple man. Because of this, things go right for me. And my programs that the company does is also very simple programs that make big difference. So in a nutshell, I'm a God-fearing, simple man.
Excellent. So find this simple man and transform your life. That's all I could say. You could also follow his Instagram page.
Service Sensei.
Where he does that over and like Kung Fu Panda's wrong move.
My channel, Service Sensei, will change your life. Sorry, it's his show. I'm sorry, it's his show.
Charit, cut all of that. There's not a rupee coming from this. By the way, when are you going to be rich enough to sponsor this show?
Oh, it's going to happen very fast.
Good.
Sri Lanka has been good to me, and now Australia is also good to me. So we'll be sponsoring this show. Mark my words.
And at that time, I will do this every day. And wait.
Careful. This.
Sorry, this. Yeah. I'll do it every day and wait.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you for joining us on the show. Thank you to Nikki's for giving us such wonderful food and for being so hospitable. We'll see you soon.